This video is brought to you by Straight Goods News, Canada's alternative online news source. Visit straightgoods.ca.
Asking very straightforward questions, asking the Conservative government to work with us to reassure Canadian people that this electoral scheme, that they are committed to getting to the bottom of it. We are seeing no indication from this government that they are willing to work in any way to get to the bottom of these disturbing allegations. In fact, they're now trying to play the victim. We're very clear. We're receiving calls from honest Canadians from across the country who are telling us that their right to vote was monkey-wrenched with. So if it takes a full inquiry, if it takes someone like Judge Gomery to come in, that's what we are going to demand. And we are going to go through every piece of evidence that comes through our office, and we will pass it on.
The Bloc Quebec was suggesting to have a public inquiry led by Jean-Pierre Kingsley. What do you think of that idea?
We believe that the issue of an inquiry needs to be addressed because of the seriousness and the scope of what we're looking at. We think Judge Gomery did an excellent job before for Canadians. They trust him. This is a matter of trust, and the Conservatives seem to have broken trust with the Canadian people because they're turning this into a mockery.
How many writings are you hearing about?
Well, we know of 30 so far. We are yesterday I asked specific questions about Edmonton East. Mr. Del Mastro later said that Edmonton East didn't exist. We're hearing about issues now in Edmonton Centre that seem to follow on the same pattern. We asked questions about Thunder Bay. We're hearing about other ridings. So this is the nature of this, seems to be a boilerplate template to monkey wrench with the right to vote. This is why this is much bigger than anything the Conservative Party is. They're trying to downplay it. We need to get to the bottom of this. We need a public inquiry. I think what we're seeing here is the three-step test of the Conservative Party. The first is to deny, the second is to go on the attack, and the third is to portray themselves as the victim. I think they're stretching the credibility of the credulity of the Canadian people to see Dean Del Mastro stand up there and say that him and his party are being picked on. This is serious business. We're talking about a scheme to defraud the Canadian people of their right to vote. I would think the Conservative Party would take this seriously, that they would show some measure of concern, but instead we're seeing the usual attack dog methods, now the self-victimization. It's not going to work, and I think they're burning the bridges of credibility right now.